Hello, fiction lovers. Welcome to TEKNXS, a place for technology and finance lover come to get inspired. Today we have a very different video. You might have seen many fictional movies. In today's video, we will talk about an exciting movie, Demolition Man. This movie is based on exciting predictions, and let's start with today's topic. In October 1993, an action comedy titled Demolition Man was released. It got two muscle-bound action stars going toe-to-toe in a futuristic sci-fi world, with Sylvester Stallone playing John Spartan and a badass cop who gets frozen in cryo prison after an attempt to bring in his prey. Demolition Man made during the height of the AIDS crisis anticipated two other sexually transmitted epidemics. This movie sees fictional STDs called NRS and UBT. Those didn't happen. Not yet, but in the film's future world, physical contact greetings have been restricted. The future depicted in Demolition Man is a world where people are no longer allowed to kiss, shake hands, or have any kind of direct contact. Waters' handshake involves two characters throwing up a high five, stopping just before the point of contact and circling their hands round and round like a window washer. Honestly, it looks like a very upbeat replacement to the handshake. 1993 action comedy Demolition Man somehow predicted our future. It is hard to imagine the future of 2032. It starred Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes and launched the career of the previously unknown Sandra Bullock. But now, with the new coronavirus pandemic, there have been comments on social media about how Demolition Man predicted our future. So I watched it again. The movie doesn't get everything right, but it gets just enough right to be interesting. Demolition Man. Some get wrong. Demolition Man get wrong in three of its predictions. 1. Crime did not go up in the 1990s. It went way down. 2. There was no massive Southern California earthquake in 2010. 3. Toilet paper is still in use. It's in demand. In the Demolition Man world, that hygienic function is handled through a mysterious process involving 3 shells. Other predictions came close enough. Demolition Man made during the height of the AIDS crisis, sexually transmitted epidemics. The AIDS crisis in San Francisco that is almost unbearable. There are followed by still other moments equally intolerable until the emotional strain of hearing of other people's sorrow and tribulation merely because too much, certainly too much for words. In the film's future world, physical contact greetings have been abolished. Those greetings are on hold now, and it is just possible that by the time this pandemic is over, the social custom of shaking hands may be suspended indefinitely. But by far, the fascinating thing in Demolition Man is the way it anticipates the bifurcation of American culture. On the surface, it shows a middle and upper class living in a peaceful, antiseptic world in which no one can say anything offensive. Everything has been made illegal and unhealthy, and under the ground there exists a thuggish and resentful underclass that eats rats and reveals in shocking the upper class. Or to put it another way, Demolition Man anticipates a future in which one half the population is humorless, delicate, and too politically, and on the other hand, the other half is perpetually enraged and glorying in its pristine ignorance. No, this is not quite where America is now, but face it, we're closer to that now than we were in 1993. Back then, this aspect of Demolition Man just seemed funny. Now it's satire. At one point, Stallone advises the two factions to meet somewhere in the middle. It was an offhand remark that now sounds like wisdom. Here are the 10 things I think Demolition Man predicted about the future. Arnie's political career. Arnold Schwarzenegger is an Austrian-American actor, businessman, former politician, and professional bodybuilder. He served as the 38th governor of California from 2003 to 2011. As of 2020, he is the most recent Republican governor of California. In this fiction movie, there's a reference to Arnold Schwarzenegger having been president. That never happened, but considering that he became the governor of California 10 years after this film's release, that's uncannily close. There's also a reference in the movie to Jackie Chan, years before becoming well known in the United States. Nobody cared in 1993 at the concept of Arnold Schwarzenegger running for any kind of political office. We never mind Arnie's presidency. But after 2 terms as the governor of California, it's not looking so unlikely anymore. Now he's getting back into movies, but who's to say that's the 61st Amendment? Allowing foreigners to run for the presidency is out of the question. 2. The rise of video calling. Video has quickly emerged as the heart of many collaboration and communication strategies for leading brands worldwide. It's not an early 90s action movie without some free undressing, in this case delivered through a video call. At one point in the film, someone has a board meeting in which all the participants but one is seen on a series of small screens. That's close to imagining video conferencing technologies such as Zoom. There's also mention of the fact that everyone has been low-jacked. That is, that they have a tracking device installed. We have cell phones that accomplish pretty much the same. It's an odd sort of video call that starts without you having to answer. This movie tells us that you don't need to touch anybody, even if you are having sex. Video calling existed before 1993, but it was still not until broadband connections became more prevalent that existed in the movie's form. You can even argue that the Demolition Man invented VR sex. Number 3. Self-driving cars. Almost all the cars in the film are self-driving, with Google leading the charge on self-driving cars. The technology is already there. Google's latest cars have driven over 300,000 miles without an incident. In this movie, you saw self-driving cars on the road. It won't be long until they are a common sight on our streets, and you saw it demolitioning man first. Number 4. Taco Bell is winning the franchise wars. In this film, the only restaurants are Taco Bell. They won the mysterious franchise wars and are the only chain left standing. This movie predicted that Taco Bell had not won the wars yet. They have just come up with the waffle taco breakfast. With technology that advanced, no other chain can stand before them. Number 5. Wesley Snipes is a hardened criminal. Wesley Trent Snipes is an American actor, film producer, director, martial artist, and author. In this film, he plays the role of Simon Phoenix. Simon Phoenix kidnaps a busload of hostages and takes refuge in an abandoned building. He didn't lead a gang of hardened criminals and murder a school bus full of children, but he did commit some pretty serious tax evasion. Number 6. Teleconferences. A teleconference is a meeting of people in basic locations using telecommunications. A basic teleconference may only include audio, while other teleconferences may consist of video and data sharing. There are TV phones everywhere. In the 20th century, everyone anticipated them, but no one quite grasped that people will not see each other most of the time or allow themselves to be seen, and so the car phone here has a video screen. The modern office joy of teleconferencing has made it to 2032. However, for some reason, each of the TV screens has some nice table space, which is a little odd considering they are not physically there. It's a nice touch when they spin around and follow the speaker through the room. This phenomenon was the prediction of this movie in 1993, but is commonplace now. Number 7. Biometric Implants. A human microchip implanted is typically an identifying integrated circuit device, or RFID, transponder encased in silicate glass and implanted in a human being's body. Demolition Man gave us information about the biometric implants. Everyone in the shiny utopia that is future LA has an implant they use as ID, as medical tractors, and a virtual wallet. While we already have medical implants to monitor insulin levels and control pacemakers, with NFC's rise on phones, it's only a matter of time until we will have tiny implants in our hands. Number 8. Tablet computers. A tablet computer is a computer that is intermediate in size between a laptop computer and a smartphone. Who needs an iPad when you have this excellent little device in your hand? It's perfect for the cryo prison warden on the go. Now say what you want about the other things on this list, but this was some damn good forward thinking. Sure, tablet computers existed in 1993, but they didn't yet have full video calling as a feature. This movie predicted how technology is going to change in the coming days. Number 9. Voice-activated appliances. Voice activation or voice control allows a user to activate or control a wide range of home automation and AV devices merely using their voice. Everything from the lights, to the cars, to the automated ticket machine for breaking the verbal morality statute has voice controls in Demolition Man's future. Number 10. YouTube instructional videos. In one of my favorite scenes, the police resort to instructional videos to find out how to arrest a maniac. Like many YouTube videos, it has a similar end result. Thanks for watching the video. Have you watched the movie? What are your thoughts about it? For more such interesting topics, make sure to like the video and hit the subscribe button.